Okay, so Blake Masters is very clear about his position on what's happening at the border and how it affects the people of Arizona.
Hi, I'm Blake Masters. I'm running for the U.S. Senate here in Arizona. We're in Pinal County. Come over here. I want to show you something crazy. U.S. Department of the Interior, Bureau of Land Management. This sign brought to you by your federal government. You know what this says to me? It says the government gave up. They threw in the towel. This sign should be warning me about rattlesnakes, not about criminal narco-terrorist organizations. I'm Blake Masters. I approve this message, and I'm going to put a stop to this madness.
Now imagine an ad like that from McConnell. It's impossible to imagine, right? We have been flooded since the Biden administration with literally millions of illegal aliens who have crossed our border, and not just crossed our border looking for a different life. This is a criminal cartel where coyotes traffic people, abuse people, force them to spend their life savings. They pay tithes, essentially, to the drug cartels to even get access to the land that's against our border on the Mexican side so as to get over our border. I mean, this is a criminal narco terrorist organization, as Blake Masters says. And it's not just the carnage that's happening at the border, it's also how it impacts the United States when we have this influx of illegal aliens in our country who aren't here legally, who don't pay taxes, who rely on our resources. It puts an enormous stress on our government welfare system, which means that you and I, as taxpayers, are funding the healthcare, the schooling, the emergency services, let alone everything else that illegal aliens are enjoying in our country. And Blake Masters isn't afraid to talk about that either.
5 million illegal aliens have come into this country since Joe Biden's been in the White House. 5 million. Mark Kelly loves it. He's okay with it. Not only is he okay with it, he helped make it happen. Remember that in November.
That is actually a good point. I mean, imagine being a senator from a state like Arizona, as Mark Kelly is, and being okay with the illegal aliens that are coming across the border and just the carnage that's happening at our border. The fact that it's just unsecured, that we don't even have control of our own border. That's Mark Kelly's legacy. I'll let Blake Masters handle that. He can be the one that campaigns against Mark Kelly. He doesn't need my help on that. But what we do need as the conservative movement and as the Republican Party to do is we need to acknowledge the incredible amount of power that Mitch McConnell has over races like Blake Masters. He holds the purse strings. Many political endeavors, whether these are ballot referendums at the state level or whether they're campaigns for the United States Senate, do come down to how much money that you are able to get to support your campaign. I hate to say it. In a sense, I hate that that's the way that it is, that it's not, the most clever advertising or the best talking points or actually the policies that you're offering, whether they help the American people. I wish in an ideal world, in utopia, that's what it would be about. But oftentimes it's just down to how much money a candidate has, how many times they're able to serve ads in front of their potential constituents, their voters, and whether those voters become familiar with the name of that candidate. And if they are, then they tend to vote for that candidate. That's simply the reality of how a lot of these campaigns work. So when McConnell takes away $8 million from Blake Masters' Senate campaign in the 3 months, what are we, September? Yeah, it's 2 months before the midterm elections, he knows what he's doing. Mitch McConnell's not stupid here. He's not stupid at all. And this is not something that's isolated to simply the Arizona Senate race. Not at all. This is something that if you zoom out, Republicans on a national level are falling for the talking points of the radical left in how they are constructing their campaigns leading into the midterm elections. And what's going to happen if Republicans do this, if they fall prey to the talking points of the radical left and use the talking points of the radical left in their decision-making process for how they formulate their campaign, how they create advertisements, how they talk to voters, what issues they choose to take a stand on, then what's going to happen in November of 2022 is we are going to lose.